Hi, my name's Hope Donovan. I'm coming to you today from Team and STEAM, and I'm also a K through 3 science and STEAM educator. So I would like to talk to you for a little bit today about Ojo's new extensions, which are some puzzles. This one right here is an extension for our Underwaters Adventure game. So before we get started, let's talk for a minute about puzzles. They are so great for so many reasons. They really encourage cognitive skills, spatial reasoning, focus, concentration, memory, fine motor skills, independent play, collaborative play if you're doing it with someone else, and the list goes on. Puzzles are such a great tool in teaching to introduce a new concept or idea as well. So we often do that when we're starting a new unit or we're starting to introduce a new topic. We always try to introduce it with play and with a game. And this is very famously done in early childhood learning centers that are play-based and child-centered, like Montessori programs. And you're trying to encourage that curiosity to set the child up to want to explore themselves instead of saying, this is what we're learning. You're setting up in a way that they're going to be learning it, but they're going to want to be learning about it. So a puzzle that's on a specific topic that you're interested in or that the child is interested in or that you might want them to be interested in is a great tool for doing that, because naturally as a child is completing a puzzle and looking at these pictures, they're going to start to have questions. So for example, let's look at this Ojo box. First of all, right at the cover, lots of underwater characters, very accurately drawn, lots of bright colors, but also childlike enough that the child's really going to be interested in looking at these and wanting to know more about them. So if we open up our box, let's see, pieces are nice, thick, bright, colorful. And we also have our map to what our puzzle is going to look like. So one of the first things I noticed here, which I love when they do this in educational puzzles, is that every item is labeled, which means you're really going to work on that word recognition. And you're also going to be able to step it up for some of those older students and say, wow, now that they can read, something might spark their curiosity that might not have been noticed before. Once they can read for their own and start to go on that path, or students that are still learning to read, sounding out new words they might not have come in contact with before, or anything like that. Or knowing what the animal is, you might know this is a dolphin, but seeing the word next to it and starting to recognize the sounds in that word. So when a puzzle is done like this, and you have lots of bright, colorful information, and you have lots of words, it really encourages the child, as they're doing this, to think about these different things. And this is really going to spark an interest in marine life or reignite an interest that might have been there in the past as they get this and they say, wow, why does the pufferfish look like this? Or flying fish, I didn't know fish could fly. How do they do that? Or a marine iguana, but I thought iguanas lived on the land. So this really encourages students as a jumping off point to ask more questions, to ask their teachers, to ask their grown-ups, to really start conversations, to say, you know, what is a vampire squid and why is it called that? So it's really a great intro to start getting students excited about this marine life. And as you're learning about these things on your own or using our Underwaters Explorer game, that's going to help you learn about some of these marine life things. It's a really great tool to get that child excited. Now, something that I love about Ojo is they never do something basic. It's never just the puzzle. They have these great extensions on the back. So as you flip it over, on one half, you have a find hidden objects. So once the puzzle is done, they have to have a renewed concentration on looking at details to count out how many crystals do they see, how many compasses do they see, and see how many they can find hidden within this image. And also increasing that creative side of saying, on here, design your own sea creature below. You might take this at face value and get as creative as you would like, or you might really delve into some fun sea facts to see if you can design the most accurate type of sea creature you can think of that just hasn't been discovered yet, but one that makes sense. So you can take this creative aspect in any way you would like. So I think these puzzles are so great because they have so many different facets of jumping off to learn more information. And that's really, really the whole thing we're trying to do with our children, is trying to make them lifelong learners, trying to make them really curious and keep that curiosity alive as long as we can, because a child that wants to learn is really unstoppable. So trying to convince them or show them all these great new exciting things and all these facts and on, but really making them question it and them want to know about it is a great way to introduce these new concepts. So we love these puzzles. My own kids use them. They're great. And all of the animals have sparked so many conversations that I can't even keep track of. And they have a whole variety of puzzles that are on all different topics. So see what your child's interested in and see what you can do with that.